Hey guys, welcome back to another brand new city video with me. Oh my god, today I am doing, just because one person voted this, I don't think nobody cares about it. I came out at 16 and this is what the video consists of. Me telling you my experience when I came out at 16, what I did, what I felt, and the disappointment of being rejected. So let's start this video. Please editor, do something amazing, because I'm not amazing myself. Just I don't know, put some memes around.
Nice.
Whatever you wanna do. Anyway, first thing of all, how I came to terms being trans. So basically around, I knew at a younger age, but like everyone else, at a young age, who in the hell are you gonna be like, yep, you know what? That you explain it in your head, like, why am I feeling this? I remember my first feeling was, and this is strange that I still remember this feeling. I don't know why, but one night, right? Like, well, I say one night, but it's been going on for a while now. But this is when I kind of realized. So one night I went to bed, as always, and I started thinking why I didn't fit in, why I did what I did. To be honest with you, this is a few stuff that I used to do when I was younger, and let's say people were not impressed on what I did with my best friend. So first of all, we started playing, let's say, stuff that's not conventional for guys to play. So we used to play a lot of imagination, and me personally, I don't know why, but me personally, I would always pick the female, even if we were imagining. But that's what I always did. It felt natural to me, and at the time, my best friend always asked me this one question: why do you always pick the female? Now, not always, but the majority. And if you think about it, it's not like a game or anything. It's like you are portraying a female. So it's kind of like, okay, what's wrong with me? I didn't know at the time we also played so many things that is considered gay at the time. Like, I remember I grew up, to be honest, in the 2000s, when it was kind of weird, because the concept of being gay and everything, trans and everything, was being like collided. Like, was it good? Was it bad? Like, you didn't know it, and yeah, so it was a 50-50 guess. So basically, I started growing up. I remember, I think I dressed like, the only time I could present myself and nobody judging me was Halloween. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Or there, that's pretty much it. Other than that, I couldn't do it. And it's quite sad that I couldn't express myself when I was younger. You do, stuff. So anyway, at 16, I went to the UK, and I couldn't experiment anyway, because obviously the school that I was, it was a big school, and the house that I was, there were like 60 boys in it. Like, there were houses, like there was a girl house, a guy house, you know how it works in the UK. And it was really stressful, because obviously you could notice the tension that house was really, let's say, they weren't, they didn't give a good vibe to come out. So that was a problem as well. I remember going to a therapist, because they provided a therapist on campus, like most schools. Well, except I'll go that in a minute. Anyway, so basically I was talking to my therapist about how I felt and everything, and she said, oh well, this is how you feel, you should come out, and maybe you feel better and everything else. I took the advice. Now, no sitting in the therapist. This was my decision. at the end of the day. So basically it was my idea to write it, and I found the letter, but obviously I'm not going to share it here because it contains a lot of personal stuff and I don't feel like that would help a lot. But let's say I wrote that email, okay, and it took me 2 hours. I actually drafted it. I didn't send it immediately. The next day I sent it and I talked to a therapist and she said, oh well, that's good, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I got a call that night and they were angry at me. They called me a lot of stuff. Stuff like that, you know. I cried. It was a tough time, and obviously that happened. So obviously I was depressed for 7 years, and I started HRT at 23, but it cost me 2 self-harms and nearly taking my life. I don't know why. I just don't know why people are still like, you know, like some parents allow you to do this and express yourself and really supportive, and then others are like, no, you know what, you can't do this, you can't, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm really, for me, at this point, you know, I don't want to die, you know. I have a really good relationship going on at the moment, really supportive, so that's good for me. My best friend is really supportive, so that's good. What I would suggest is always find a group of people that you know they're gonna accept you, who you are, because some people, like other branches, won't accept you. Just be ready for that. The other thing I felt when I came out at 16, because this is when I came out at 16, it was really hard for me to express myself even when I came out, because I remember telling my head of house, you know, and he didn't even know what that was, and he seemed a little bit pissy about the situation and having someone in the house that's not, you know, normal. Obviously I hid it that year, and it was the most, like, I didn't act heterosexual or anything like that. I was just being me, but you know, like, obviously, how do I explain this? It wasn't the best time to be alive, right there and then. I remember there was tension between my family for like, and it still is, like, I'm not gonna lie. But I think they just, I don't know, I mean, at this point I don't even know what's happening in my personal life, so I can't even tell you guys about it. But hopefully, you know, the other thing I did a lot when I came out is I created many accounts. I mean, this is way before I came out as well. I created a lot of accounts on YouTube, Gmail, Facebook, with like female names and everything else. Obviously, at the time, I was acting a little bit... okay, I wasn't being a hoe because I wasn't acting on sexual stuff, but I was craving attention. Yes, I know. It's kind of, you know, and I remember whenever people were flirting with me, it felt good, validating. Obviously at the time, I remember I used a lot of filters. I had horrible pictures before pre-HRT, and I think I shared that on Facebook, but I'm not gonna share them here because, you know, you can go on Facebook and see them by yourself. The other thing that it's a big deal for me, and it should be for you, is when you come out, do it safe. I think what happened to me is that I did it by email, far away, and obviously, I don't know why, but I was, you know, I was really frustrated and everything else, and imagine all that with new environment and everything hitting you at once. Eventually I calmed down and I tried working through, obviously my parents put me into a therapist, I've been with a therapist for 5 years. During the summers, I used to go to the therapy and talk about my feelings. The good thing is, she did not try to change me to someone else. She just accepted it, and we talked about how I felt about the situation and the future and everything else. Actually, I contacted her a few days ago, like a few months ago, when I was on HRT, and I told her an update, and she was really proud of me on how I advanced and how I did it. I took the mature way. Now, I do not recommend self-harming, getting it from black market, things like that. It's not worth it, because at the end, also the only how do you say, the only source of getting HRT is via a therapist, a doctor, you know. So you just can't buy it just like that, you know. You need to actually go into appointment. Now, the first thing they told me in my appointment is, did you see a therapist? Now, if my answer will be no, then they will send me. But because I was 5 years and I could have proved it, that's good. And in two visits, I was already on HRT. So obviously, I am excited about that. I've been a year now on HRT, as you can tell. I don't know if you can tell. I'm not wearing a bra, so excuse me, but I don't think you can see it that well. Anyway, the other thing is, at 16, I was really naive, and this is an advice I give you guys. At 16, I was really naive, and you know, anything that moved and flirted with me was good. At 18, I got the involvement. At 19, I got into an involvement that, let's say I didn't give consent, and obviously I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. It happens, but it doesn't happen often. Just be careful about it. So other than that, hope you enjoyed this video. Comment below, and obviously I never told you guys, but the aim of this channel is to get to the point that I can donate to charities of the LGBTQ plus, the homeless, you know, things like that. I would really love, but obviously I don't have that income because I need to pay rent and everything. But it would be nice to have people, you know, maybe I do tweets, and maybe whatever I get, I donate to a charity, things like that. That would be amazing. That's my goal. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.